What's up guys, it's Captain's Production 72 with what I'd argue is the biggest video I make every year. In fact, probably more so than the collection video for these sets, which will be coming within the next week. But here we have the big one, or my favourite one, and this almost didn't happen this year. In fact, I had to tear down a mock to try and build this because I thought I could accomplish it with the same layout as last year, which was the two grey 48 by 48 base plates with those smaller base plates connected, but we're to that point where two base plates doesn't even cover it anymore. I think for next year we're either going to need 3 or 4 base plates, grey ones, because I like them all to be the same colour, but I have an entire year to do that. This video almost didn't happen, but by me tearing down a mock, if you recall from the January update, you would have seen the Geonosis mock on my shelf. That no longer exists because I took the 32 by 32 base plate from underneath to make this. So this collection total is 322 minifigures. Last year was 285, so 37 minifigures within a year. I mean, I've probably done better, but honestly, see if you go watch last year's version and then watch this year's version, you'll see a lot of difference in areas that are being filled in and stuff, you know. Because at some point, if I continue to go long ways with the base plates, I'll come to the point where everything's kind of coming to the very edge, which will look, I mean, it would look tightly packed, but it would also look really cool. So yeah, this year I have to film it on the floor because I don't have the same advantage I've had the last few years where I've had a table to do it on. That's just not an option, at least not anymore. I was going to think about doing this on the bed, but that didn't really appeal to me because the base plates would just keep unconnecting. And this was difficult enough on the floor as it was, given this is a carpeted floor. But yeah, this probably took about an hour and 45 minutes to set up. I done this yesterday, so with anticipation I've been looking to set this up. But yeah, let's get into the start of it with the Imperial section as always. So I don't remember every single figure I bought within the year, but I know some of them, because some of them, the more expensive ones, they stand out. But I know some of the factions that I 100% added to, and I can tell you the fact that I did add to the Imperial faction. So going back there, we got 2 snowtroopers, they're the redesigned ones with the brick built backpack. After them we have 4 of the 2007 to 2012 design. Then we have 4 of the Star Wars Rebel Stormtroopers. Then we have 3 of the Family Guy looking helmets with 1 regular. Then we have 3 regular Stormtroopers with another Family Guy one. And then we have 1 regular Stormtrooper with the 2010 Sand version, which is basically just a Stormtrooper for Pauldron and a backpack, along with 2 of the actual 2012 ones that have sand and all those extra details on them. Come over here, we have a Death Star Trooper or Imperial Navy Trooper. We have an officer minifigure here. And we have a Death Star Protocol Droid, which I think is NIL8, I might be wrong. That name doesn't quite pop out to me. We have 3 of the Death Star Gunners, 3 different versions of the TIE Fighter Pilot. We have a Death Trooper and 2 Imperial ground crew members, 2 Shadow Troopers, one from 2007, the other from 2019, with a Shore Trooper Captain, and 4 Royal Guards. Moving on to the next section. So moving on to the section I probably added the most to, and it'll be very, evident if you've seen the previous version. We have 4 of the 2011 Bomb Squad Troopers, followed by a Phase 2 Gunner, a Phase 1 Gunner, a Phase 1 Pilot, and a Special Forces Trooper, followed by 2 ARC Troopers and 2 EFCOF Troopers, 4 Jetpack Quad Troopers. And then we have 8 of the regular Phase 1 Clone Wars clones from 2008. Here we have 4 of the Jetpack Troopers with another line with 2 of them, and then 2 regular ones with the long rifles, 4 with the regular long rifles of the 501st. And then we have 12 of the standard ones with the smaller guns. We have 2 2005 Clone Pilots with Captain Jack in the middle, a Senate Commando Captain, 2 regular Senate Commandos, Captain Rex, a random Clone Commander, it's just a standard non-named one, And then you have the Phase 1 Grey from 2012, along with Chancellor Palpatine in front. I think it's quite obvious to tell that the Imperials, I've had some additions to them as well. Although the Imperial army, I'll admit, has always been my smaller army, or one of my smallest, but you can definitely see that the Republic is one of the few sections on here that come right to the very end of the base plate, like Palpatine's watch right on the last stud. So that is pretty cool, that section. So I think over the course of 2022, adding the clone army as much as I want to, for next year's collection video, I'm definitely going to need to make it a 4 base plate setup. But yeah, pretty cool. Mostly in the 501st section I've added and those pilot minifigures, the Phase 2 ones that you see up ahead. I think this looks very cool the way I've got that set up. Let's go to the Rebel section. Over here we have the Rebellion, so at the back we have two 2007 Hoth Rebel Trooper minifigures, some of the 2009 redesign with the goggles, a couple of the 2016 versions, a 2019 version from the 20th anniversary Snowspeeder, and a 2012 style Commander. I have 8 of the 2008 Rebel Fleet Troopers, or the ones you would recognise from the opening scene of Episode 4. We have 4 Rebel pilots, 2 of them Dak Rattler with the blue insignias, one from 2007, the other from 2019. Another one we just have one that's listed as Snowspeeder pilot with the red markings, and one with the grey on the helmet is Wedge Antilles from 2006. At the front we have a Rebel pilot. He's like one of the commanders from Rogue One. Although I'm not going to I think his name's Anton Merrick. Then we just have a Scarif Trooper in front of him. The Rebel Alliance is not something I add to very much. Like, I know for a fact I added that 2012 Hoth Trooper because that was one of my goals, to get some of those minifigures from that era. Which I'm going to talk about what I mostly collected towards the end of the video. Over here we have the droid section. We have 4 of the rocket arm super battle droids with, you know, the extra arm. And then we have a whole bunch, I'm not even sure how many I have. I didn't even count in fact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 of the B1 battle droids. Now, I did end up adding quite a few of those to the army this year, mostly because they were also in the 501st sets where I got all the 501st clone troopers, so to me that was to be expected. I knew I was going to end up with a bunch of those. Over here, probably the smallest army, the one I never intended to add to. This was kind of grown through advent calendars, and I got a couple of the sets as gifts, but at the back we have 2 of the First Order Specialist Troopers. Those are the ones I believe that tried to execute Finn and Rose in The Last Jedi. We have a Snow Trooper, we have a Flame Trooper, 2 standard ones with the white shields and battens, one for regular blaster, 2 like the engineers, and a officer minifigure. So over here is where all the fun kind of sections are. They get a bit more random, that aren't as uniform. I would say aren't as uniform as these areas, but you know, they still make sense. So here we have a line of kind of 3 smaller droids. We have an R4 P17 Dome, because at one point, if you guys can remember, they did not give full bodies to the Jedi Starfighters. We have a standard BB-8, then we have the festive BB-8. Boy do I hate that minifigure, because it replaced, instead of actually having a festive figure, it was standard BB-8 with a goddamn Santa hat. Over here we have my line of kind of droids. We have a medical droid, we have an RA7 droid, we have U3PO, we have K3PO, then we have C3PO, starting with the newest models going backwards. So 2 of the most recent ones, 2 of the 2008 ones, and I've got the 2012 one at the front because that's kind of my favourite version of C3PO, like before he got, well, it's kind of like that transition between lots of detail and then, not having a lot of detail, then getting lots of detail. Over here's kind of the more complex droids. We've got 3 droids. We've got one that's like a probe droid, one's a medical FX series medical droid, then we just have another standard medical droid. We have an astromech droid, R4P17, R5A1 I think. I always forget that one, he's in the 2018 Synchronizer set. And then we have one of my favourite Star Wars characters, C-110 PR Chopper from Star Wars Rebels. We have, I'm just going to cut to chase, I have 10 R2-D2s. He's one of those figures that when I get in a 7 I was like, ugh, because I've got so many. So I've got 4 of the most current R2-D2s, 2 of the 2008 standard R2D2s, and then 4 of the 1999 to 2008 R2D2s. R2D2 is just... it's a minifigure that I've clearly ended up with a lot of over the years. Well, it's not really surprising when you really think about it. How many set R2D2 is probably the one minifigure that appears in, or one of the minifigures that appears in every single set. Well, not every single set, but at least one or two sets per year, probably multiple. Thinking about 2021, I mean, I don't think he's in any 2021 set. So I know 2022 sets. To my knowledge, yeah, I don't think he's in any so far in the January wave, so it's different. Though I could be wrong on that. Moving on to our next section. So this section's a bit more random, right? So we had, this used to be 2 separate sections, but in order to fit it in all of this, it kind of had to become 2 this year. So we have the section that is all of the sand people in Jawas, and we have 2 IGA droids. We have a skiff guard. We've got those 2 thugs from the Force Awakens, Turk Falso. We've got those 2 members from, so we've got one of those members from the Force Awakens, I think that's Kanjika. Yeah, Kanjika, I can't remember, Hondo and Naka. We got right there, Dengar, Tassu Weech, by the way that's a separate line, I'll get into that. We got 4-1, Zuckus, Zam Whistles, another 4-1. We've got multiple Boba Fetts. One, I believe this is the 2016 version. Bosk. I always forget what those guys are called. Damn. I'll have to come back to you on that. It's a Force Awakens character. The White Concept Boba Fett. 2019 Boba Fett. Then we have the Mandalorian or Dinjarin. We have Grogu in front. And then we have the 2017 Boba Fett. This section is quite random, but I do love the way that it looks. So you probably didn't recognise that line that was there or spot it. So this is kind of even more random. We've got a Bespin guard. We've got an Ewok. I think it's called Cho'Gath, that one. We've got an Ugnaught, Gungan soldier, resistance officer, Rowan from the Freemakers Adventures, and a Naboo N1 starfighter pilot. That line there, is a bit random. Like, even though this section is, that line was just even harder to figure out where to put some of those figures. And there's probably always going to be parts like that, but you know what? Once I get the bigger setup going with this at some point, they will even have their own sections probably, but that's a future idea. And in front of them we have the 4 out of the 6 20th anniversary edition minifigures that you can get. Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Mando, and Princess Leia. So the pretty cool ones I didn't manage to get is I didn't get Darth Vader because I didn't like the set. No wait, it wasn't I didn't like the set, I kind of just put that off as the last one I would buy out of the 5 sets. I never did. And the Obi-Wan was a polybag, which I probably should get because it isn't too expensive, so who knows, maybe that's a goal for next year. Here we starting, we have the High Ground himself, Obi-Wan Kenobi. So starting up the back we have the 2017 version of, 2014 version of Obi-Wan, 2020 Obi-Wan, 2010 old Obi-Wan, 2020 Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, 2016, 2005, 2008 Clone Wars, 2002 Episode 2 version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Moving all the way back up here, we have Anakin, 2017. 2 of the 2020 Anakin Skywalkers. One is from the dual Mustafar back there. Then we have the pilot version from the opening scene. We have the 2012 Anakin Skywalker from his Interceptor set. 2005, 2000 Clone Wars versions. Anakin from Episode 2. It's a 2002 figure. And one of the few ones I actually have available. And then we have the child Anakin from 2019. Moving on to Luke Skywalkers, we have a 2 Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalkers from 2015. We have a 1999 Endor version, which is quite cool. Again, one of my only Lego figures with the yellow skin. We have the updated version of Cloud City Luke Skywalker. We've got 3 different versions of him in his X-Wing jumpsuit 2019 and then 2006 too. 2 of them are 2006. We then have Luke Skywalker Celebration from 2009. We have 3 of the most recent Luke Skywalker and Tatooine. Then we have the 2010 version. Then we have the 2014 version that's meant to look like 1999. So Luke Skywalker Farm Boy minifigures. These ones are going to be the death of me, I swear to God. I don't want any more of them in the near future, I tell you that much. So that's just covered pretty much the first 2 grey base plates. Let's move into the green base plate. Starting here in this section, we have the Han Solo minifigures. So we have old Han Solo from The Force Awakens. We have kind of Return of the Jedi Han Solo in his Endor outfit, or what Lego calls that anyway. We have 3 skiff versions, 2017, 2016 and 2006. We have some multiple versions of him from Hoth from 2019, 2006, 2009. Then we have young Han Solo from the Solo A Star Wars story. Then we have a non-canon minifigure, which is from the Star Wars, or Lego Star Wars Cartoon Network special, The Padawan Menace. So that's quite cool. Moving up here, we just have kind of random female characters because, you know, they didn't have enough of these figures to guarantee the front section. It's not six. We have Rey, we have Rose, Kira, oh god, her name from Rebels. I always forget her name. It's Ren. It's something Ren. Her name will come to me at some point. Sabine Wren. We have Endor Leia from 2009, Hoth Leia 2006, and we have my only Padme, which is the 2019 one with the mid-sized legs. So it's one of the only characters with short legs that can actually bend the legs, which is, you know, quite cool. I haven't really seen that too many other places. Next line is kind of random male characters as well. So we have 2 versions of Finn. One is the back to tank version, the other one's just the standard Force Awakens with Ezra Bridger. The festive Chewbacca and handcuffed Chewbacca with his bowcaster, one of the OG original Chewbaccas. Then we kind of go into a section that's Jedi and Sith. Starting with the Jedi, at the back of the Jedi line, we have Aayla Secura, Clone Wars Mace Windu, Clone Wars Luminara Julie. We have a very rare Jedi minifigure who moves lightsaber out, so you can see it better, called Agent Kohler from the 2012 Palpatine's Unrest. We have 2 different versions of Ahsoka, which one of them seems to be killing another. We have the 2020 version, and then we have from season 7, then we have the season 1 version from 2008. Here we have basically 3 different Yodas. We have one of the, basically in order of release, we have the most recent Yoda with all the detail. We have the Clone Wars CGI Yoda, then we have the original Yoda from 2002. Over here there is the Sith section with 3 versions of Palpatine, all of which have the same head and torso and stuff, just different weapons, all from 2014 to 2017. Here is the line of Darth Vader, so we got 2 different versions of Darth Vader. It's really just the head and the cape. They're different. One has an orange head, one has a white head, and one has a soft cape, one has the hard cape. 2003 version of Darth Vader, and the 2005 version, which is the only version of Darth Vader to never ever feature a cape. Moving on to the last of this is kind of randomised Sith. We've got a Savage Ventress from 2011, 2 different Darth models from the last couple of years. Need to fix this one's horn piece. See, the difference between them is one has the Crimson Dawn kind of thing around his neck. Oh, try to show that there. You can kind of see the difference between the necks. And then we have one of my rarest figures, which I know for a fact I bought in 2021. Darth Malgus from 2012. He is the only Old Republic minifigure in this collection. If we kind of zoom out here, we can go into the big figs and molds. Over here we have the big molds, which is something I've added to, as you can see. So anyway, we have a brick built gauntlet boy, which is defined as a Lego minifigure, so I had to quote it and quote it here. We have the Wampa, which is also listed as a Lego figure for some reason. In fact, the additions I'm happy to make to this collection, a fine addition to my collection, is the 2012 Jabba the Hutt. I've also got the 2012 Delicious Beat Crumb, we now have next to Raw the Hutt, and the original OG 2003, same age as me, Jabba the Hutt. We got 2 Han Solo in carbonite brick. We've got one there, one there. We have the 2007 probe droid, along with the 2009 Tauntaun, and then that's the 2018 Carillion Hound Dog. So yeah, this is one hell of a collection, and look at it, it took 20 minutes to show it all off. Very, very happy with this collection. It's grown very big. Let's go to the end of the video, but first I'm just going to pan over and let you guys see, because I only get to do this once a year, or at least on camera. Like, I don't even, like, I used to pull it out a lot and point up the base part of boredom, but because of how much there was, I don't even do that now. But yeah, just show you guys all of the stuff. So yeah, this has been an extremely fun video to do. Again, it's like the collection video, and in a way it's like the Christmas of this YouTube channel. Think about it, it only happens once a year. It always happens at the start of January, and wow, is it a big video to film, because I remember when this only would have taken about 10 minutes to film. Now we're doing it, well, 20, I mean, it's not the biggest increase, but there's a lot more to show than there used to be, and it is getting really big. So every year I've noticed, or most years, in the description of the previous version of the video, I always list what I want to get or plan to get by the next version. But I think at this point I don't ever do it because I always forget about it. It's not as if I go back on that old video frequently. So yeah, just hear it. 1 second. Okay, so last year's video, right, had 772 views and 67 likes. The collection total was 85 minifigures, so I've went up by 37. And here's some of the figures that I wanted to get for this version, right? I wanted to get some 2011 Mandalorians. I have not done that. I want to get Mando and Baby Yoda. Yes, Cad Bane I wasn't able to get because he went up in value due to the Bad Batch. Commander Cody, Phase 2 Commander Green, Luke Gunray, Death Star Droid, R3PO, 2013 501st Troopers, some 212 Troopers, Lando Skiff 2006, and the 2006 Gamorrean Guard. So I've only actually been able to get 2 of those minifigures. And here's why, right? This year I decided to collect a certain variety of minifigures in sets. So I says to myself, pick a year, right? Just, this was among all my other collecting, you know, buying some of the 2021 sets that I did want, and then, you know, building up my clone army. And apparently the R2D2 army. I wanted to collect, because it's very nostalgic to me, 2012 Star Wars sets anyway. So I went and got a few of those. And it's something I want to continue to keep doing, because I thought, one, it means I get all stuff I had as a kid, I'll be able to buy back. And secondly, the nostalgia, and free will, it would randomise what I get, right? One set, for instance, Droid Escape Pod, which I bought, has R2, 3PO, and some Sand Troopers. Yet the other one I bought that has a Naboo pilot. I've got another one in the mail coming. I'm not going to get into what that is because I'll do a video on the channel. Yeah, this has been fun. So 322 minifigures. That is insane, right? I mean, 37 was a decent jump. I mean, my goal alone was, you know, simply just to hit 300, but you know, we've done that, and we've surpassed that by 22, so I'm quite happy. So here's the dumb question: what do I want for next year? Which I'm probably not going to do, but I'll still leave in the description of this video because I'm an idiot. I want to continue my goal and buying all the old 2012 sets, but anything they release for Book of Boba Fett, yes, and also I like to buy my rare minifigures. I think the most expensive thing that I bought in 2021 were 2 minifigures. One cost me £40, the other one cost me 45, which would have been Asian Core and then Darth Malgus. Those in particular were some really expensive minifigures. As far as army building, I'd want to build more on the army because I do them in May. Clone Army always comes, it's my May the 4th video, so I'm going to build that. And also they've got a new set for that, which, you know, I'll vary my clone troopers, because as much as I like having a lot of the 501st. I don't think I want any more 501st. Like, I'm not going to go nuts and make all base plate of each type of clone. So I'm quite happy with the amount that I've got. You know, 51 clones are quite cool that do my figure pack. So yeah, and also who knows, I might build up some more stormtroopers with that, but my main goal is to continue buying some of the 2012 minifigures in sets. And I've got one of the big ones on the way now. In fact, that might even come later today, but even if it had to come, I wasn't going to include the minifigures in this video. We'll add it to next year's. But yeah, I'm going to give you guys one last look. So I thought I'd give you guys one last look before it all gets boxed away into next year. Because the minute I'm done recording this, I'm filming this on the Thursday, so this will go up on the Friday, but just thought I'd show you guys all of this one more time before I end up packing it away. So yeah, this is 7 years worth of collecting. I have no clue what it's worth, but given some of the figures alone in this are worth quite a bit themselves, I have to the value estimate. I mean, if you in the comments are smart enough with prices and stuff like that, or know the average price of these minifigures, I challenge anyone to try and figure out the total of what this collection would be worth. But yeah, listen guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. I think the next video I do will be the collection video for the sets. But yeah, so this will be the last time I'm able to get away with somehow, you know, finding space and all that on these base plates. Definitely gonna have to order more for next year. This is not all my minifigures, by the way. It's all my Star Wars, but I also have some of those Mario figures and some of the Marvel CMFs and just other things. But this is primarily the Star Wars side of things. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching this year's edition. My goal for next year, let's see if we can get to 372. That would mean an extra 50 minifigures. Let's see if we can hit that. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.